kind of the biggest thing you saw that allowed them to kind of close that gap and make it pretty interesting?
Freshman.
Yeah.
Freshman.
Yeah.
Put it in headlines if you want. Freshman.
Yeah.
No mistakes, not doing what we didn't need to be doing on defense,
Yeah.
and allowed them to get to the free throw line way too many times. And that, that's what happens when you get in foul trouble. We have to start playing a lot of freshmen. They shot 33 free throws, so that's how they started the game. The defense kind of allowed them to go to the free throw line. Offensively, I was pretty pleased with our offense. We had a stretch there, with about 9-minute mark that we didn't play real aggressive, and we picked it up. There with about 4 or 5. So we kind of lost our aggressiveness there because we were fouling so much on defense. It kind of took us out of our aggressiveness. And just kind of, typical young team. We got to learn to keep playing, and we got to have, freshmen learn how to play defense, not foul.
That press they started about 12 minutes left. I mean, you guys had some inbounds issues during that. I mean, and that's when they kind of got back into it. How much of that trouble you guys?
Freshmen.
Yeah.
Freshmen.
Yeah.
It's, just get you out of sync, and it's not their fault. They're trying. It's just, you'd rather for them to learn and practice, but right now we don't have that luxury. Kiara got in foul trouble, so we had to put her on the bench, and we had to play freshmen, and they just, they don't know how the game speed, how things can change in college, and that's a good experience. We're lucky we came out a winner and got that experience behind us a little bit.
Because that probably wasn't something that they ran when you played them down their place. Was a little unexpected, or just given?
No, we worked against the pro. He didn't press us a little bit, so we just didn't handle it real well. The press is all about usually the timing of it. And they got to get aggressive because they're down, and our kids, didn't realize the intensity that they got to play with. And if we break it and hit a couple layups, then that breaks their back, and we didn't do that. We didn't attack, and if you don't attack a press, then things are going to turn out bad for you.
Offensively, are you pretty confident what you guys will get when you're playing here? I mean, at this point,
I thought the last 2 games, I thought the Georgia State game and this game, we played pretty good offense. We moved the ball, we're starting to cut, we're starting to understand against the matchups and the zones that we're seeing, and we're starting to get some, getting good shots. And if we can start scoring a little bit inside and get a little bit more balance, then we could be a pretty decent offensive team. But it's taken a while to get there, but hopefully we're starting to get there.
You started Hannah tonight. Was that mostly just because of their size?
That's because of 45. 45 is a good post player. She's hard. They're a good ball club because they got good balance. They got her inside, and you got to concentrate on stopping her, and you got good enough shooters on the perimeter that she can kick it out. So that makes them pretty tough to guard.
Yeah. Hannah made a couple good plays defensively, I thought, but you guys got in foul trouble. I mean, how do you think you did a good job on her at 45 tonight?
So. I mean, she scored, and I don't know what she ended up with. 45, got 18, so that's not bad on that kid. And most of them, like I say, she got 4 for 7 from the free throw line, but she's that good a player. She got 18. So I mean, if you keep her under 20, that's not a bad job. And we gave up a few threes where we wasn't in their face, but again, when you start having to help in so much, you kind of give up the 3 every now and then. So overall, if we just held our composure a little bit during that stretch and hadn't made the fouls on defense where we shouldn't have, where they were driving and we were fouling and made a couple of layups against the press, the ball game would have swung back the other way a little quicker, I think, but that's part of it.
Given your guys' road struggles, I mean, how important are these home conference games and just kind of that last stretch that allowed you to pull away? I mean, last couple of minutes, or I guess 1 minute.
I think it's a great learning experience to be able to win a game and freshmen see how crucial it can be. And Georgia State had got away from us. We wasn't up that much, but we were up, and we didn't hold our composure very good on the road. So they're learning, and with a young ball club, that's what happens a lot of times when you got freshmen coming off the bench. And Shannon's just a sophomore. I thought she made a couple of mistakes where she wasn't real aggressive against it, and got a turnover or 2. So we got a lot to learn. But again, the last 2 games we've had opportunities to win the last 2, and we won 1. So if we keep improving, that's going to be the key.
What do you think of the lights issue? Do you think that matters?
I don't think it's that big a deal. And I don't. People are going to say, well, it hurt them, it hurt us. I don't think it hurt. Right, both teams had to deal with it. So I don't get too caught up in that stuff.
When they stopped it, it was the officials' call to stop it. They didn't ask you guys first, right? Isn't that how they did it? Or
I think they maybe asked her a little bit because said it wasn't a safety issue. So they really didn't have a lot to worry about. As long as it's not a safety issue, they're going to give it time to come back home. If it don't, once we found out they weren't coming back, then as long as they're not a safety issue, play. I thought we could have played a little quicker, but it didn't.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Kurt.